If you've been living under a rock, then you probably don't know who Laverne Cox is, so let me just take a minute to explain. First, she's beautiful. Second, she's a black trans actress who's currently on the cast of Orange is the New Black, and she's also been traveling all over the United States and Canada promoting trans rights. That, in short, is why Laverne Cox is so important, but let me expand on what I mean. Laverne Cox has been able to bring light to the trans movement in a respectful and educational way. She's been able to use her celebrity to focus on an aspect of the LGBT community that's often forgotten. And I don't just mean that the media tends to forget trans people, it's gays, lesbians, and bisexuals that tend to forget them as well. But if you listen to any interview with Laverne Cox, she tackles transphobia with absolute perfection. When an interviewer misgenders Laverne Cox, whether it's intentional or not, or when the interviewer tries to focus the transgender experience only on the physical body, Laverne Cox is able to move the conversation to something much more important. She tells people that the trans experience is not just about the physical body, much like being gay is not just about having same-sex attractions, and let me explain. Living life as a gay person is much more than liking people of the same sex. Being gay and openly gay is ideally about having equal rights under the law and living a fulfilling life regardless of the sex of the individual that you love. However, in reality, the gay experience, if you want to call it that, can mean being disadvantaged in society because of the sex of the person that you love. So if the law and social attitudes do not protect us from discrimination, gay people and bisexual people can automatically be disadvantaged just because they love someone of the same sex, and that in itself is wrong. The gay experience or the bisexual experience is the aspect of our life that is shaped by the fact that we identify as gay or we identify as bisexual, and this can mean things to different people, but it can also mean the same thing to all of us. It can mean that we live with accepting parents. It can mean that we live with parents that don't accept who we are. It means that we can have friends that do, friends that don't. It means that we can live in a country that accepts who we are and protects our rights, or we can live in a country that will kill us based on our identity. So in that respect, we collectively have a gay experience, we collectively have a bisexual experience. All of these experiences are collectively defined by these identities and these labels, but we also have our individual experience of those things. And this is why the trans experience is similar. Because in most countries around the world, there are not laws to protect trans people. They are automatically disadvantaged in society because of the fact that they identify as trans. So this is the message that Laverne Cox tries to express. She tries to express that yes, the trans experience is universal. However, it's also unique. And at the end of the day, Laverne Cox is a trans woman who happens to be black. So she faces transphobia, she faces sexism, she faces racism, all different forms of discrimination. And so it's amazing to see that she can stand in the spotlight so respectfully and tell people in a very educated way what the trans experience is like. And finally, Laverne Cox is so important because she shows how relevant it is to have media representation of people like her. To have somebody who is trans and a person of color in the spotlight so often is really, really important, and it helps move rights and equal treatment forward. But that is pretty much all I have to say today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and share it if you did. So my question for you guys today is, what do you think of Laverne Cox? Do you think she's important? Is it important that there's a trans person in the spotlight fighting for trans rights? Or am I totally off? Is Laverne Cox a celebrity who's getting her 50 minutes of fame as an activist and as an actress? That is basically it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will talk to you all next week, and until then, Davidoutt.